Start recording. Yo.
Hey everyone,
And we are back. In Uru Myst live.
and we have to be careful not to talk over each other
I don't.
like that. I don't like it when. Sorry, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I thought
Oh
you
no,
were.
it's just that they were. No, sorry, you go.
I.
What
I.
was that? You got to play along with the bit.
I'm
I
gonna.
enjoy.
I am conscientiously resisting the bit.
Okay, that wow, that could almost be your tagline for these these videos. When I try to do something stupid, some dumb bit, I am consciously rejecting
Oh, sorry.
this.
Sorry. Conscientiously objecting. That's the one. That's the
Conscient.
one.
Uh oh, a conscientious object. I've got you.
Haha. Okay.
All right. So, while we're wandering around and taking stock of the different places and just kind of figuring out where we want to go, tell me a little bit about a very little bit, because I get the feeling that I would kind of hate this guy. But give me like the sort of short Reader's Digest version of what the deal is with this guy you've been debating.
I wouldn't necessarily say debating. He's history debunked on YouTube. My most popular videos on my channel are debating him, and probably most of my audience by now are people who have come from him. Um, he, I,
Mhm.
he's rather, I would consider obsessed with racial issues in a way that I can't fully relate to. But a lot of it, though,
Right.
I feel like it would be unfair to characterize him as bigoted or mean spirited. I think he really is just a bit old, and a lot of stuff he doesn't get. I mean, if you actually watch the. Right now, we're doing this series where we read through the introductory textbook to critical race theory because he talked about it a lot on his channel, and I was like, well, if we're going to talk about it so much, we should probably sort of define what critical race theory actually is and read it. So we're doing that, and
Yes.
he doesn't often actually have too many solid objections to a lot of the fundamental ideas that they're saying, like intersectionality or he
Well,
doesn't.
no.
Mhm.
I mean, it's. So listen, I don't know him. Maybe he's an okay guy and stuff, but this has been a reoccurring problem with any sort of conservative type figure. And maybe he doesn't identify as that, and he says he's independent. I don't know what his deal is, but I see that a lot. People claiming that they're independent or something. But it's a huge problem where people are fiery upset about something, but they don't know what it means, and they think that they do their like critical race theory. Yeah, I know that's this thing about how it's all white people's problem that all of these things happened, and it gets minorities angry at white folks and causes division. And it's like, no, that's not the definition. Here's the definition, and then you give it to them, and they're like, well, I have no problem with that definition, but
Hmm.
I'm still angry at it. That's not what it really means.
To be sure.
And again, maybe that's not his thing, but I'm going to assume it is because I arbitrarily have very strong opinions on on things. Um, but yeah, I mean, so I live in an area that at least has a pretty high number of conservative type Republicans and things, and um, I I just really want to grab them and shake them on all of the things that they are fiery, upset, and offended about, and go, guys, it's just not that big a deal. I mean, it's just not like this critical race theory. I didn't even know what the fuck it was until just recently, and I looked it up, and it just doesn't. And it turns out that like more places are passing laws against teaching it than actual schools are out there that are teaching it.
Mm.
It's one of these things that they've built up in their mind as this huge thing. There's all these culture war type issues that they think are gonna. It's really the only thing that they get excited about. It's like you see, for all of the flack that liberals get for being like snowflakes and obsessed about social justice and stuff, you see them arguing to do like about climate change and about healthcare and about like actual issues. People on the right, like all you hear about are like, oh, these fucking trannies are trying to use our bathrooms and stuff. And I want to again grab them and be like, guys, it's just not that big a deal. I mean, it's just not. And like here, I don't want to distract you from the game. It's a did the screen freeze for me, or are you waiting for me to finish?
I think the screen froze for you. Let me see.
Oh,
Um,
oh, okay.
are you seeing? Because I just exited to OBS. Are you seeing
No, it's just it's still in the library thing you were in, but whatever.
Oh,
Oh,
hold on. I'll restart the stream for your
okay.
edification. Um,
Um, so, anyways, while you're doing that, I've noticed that this thing's been going on for a really long time. Like, the going back to like when I was in college. This was probably like 2008, nine, something like that. They had this whole big controversy about the ground zero mosque, they would call it. That like, oh, the Muslims want to build this mosque on ground zero where the twin towers were, and all this stuff. And it turned out that it was just bullshit. It was just like, it was several streets away. It was this community center that had one small room that people could pray in, but they just built it into this huge thing. And I mean, it was pretty much since then, but it's that was the first time I had noticed it. But well, no, no, no. I mean, even before that, gay marriage and gays in the military. Before that, women in the military. Like everything would just turn into these huge things that they would get upset about. And again, you just want to be like, guys, it's just not that big a deal.
mm,
Let me see. Do I need to touch this? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's streaming now. Uh, anyways, that's my little rant about you know, about the stuff about
yeah,
the
I get you. I mean, I was actually quite shocked about the trans sport issue. I understand why it blew up. Ooh, pretty. I understand why it blew up to the extent that it did because it's something that is intuitive. Like it intuitively feels because we know of strength and such differences between the sexes. Um, so we know that and so the idea of trans people participating in sport seems like it should give an advantage. But what surprised me when I tried to find some information about the issue was that to my knowledge, up until very recently, no trans person has qualified for the Olympics, and there's been about a decade or more in which trans people who meet certain conditions, which are relatively standard for trans people who are allowed to participate in sport, uh, trans people who meet these conditions have been allowed to compete in the Olympics for about 2 decades now. Um, and there hasn't been, I think, even somebody qualifying, which if you believe what everyone says that just like a really average man would beat any sort of high level woman in sport, like high level cis woman, then um you would expect at least one. And I think recently a trans woman in the US qualified for the BMX team, but not really qualified for it. She's on the she's on the like reserves. So if somebody gets injured, I think she gets called up. She like kind of peak for her. But I mean, to be fair, she didn't qualify. She didn't do well enough. One of the big,
yeah.
one of the big, whoa, one of the big public cases, which Prager University, quote unquote university,
But
is put front and center, was this high school girl who was on the running team, and it's really bizarre to me because she's crying about how about her case. She didn't qualify for this race, and she was like, "Oh, there were two men on the team, and they got it." Obviously, these weren't men; these were trans girls. Um, but the point of it is that there were 10 runners. The top 6 went on to the next level. This girl um, came in sort of 7th, and there were 2 trans athletes. And her idea was like, oh, if these 2 trans athletes hadn't been there, I would have won. And I was like, wait, how do you know that? What if it had been 2 cis women who were also better than you, like the 6 other cis girls that were better
Yeah,
than
it's
you?
not as though they just would take them out and there wouldn't be anyone replacing them. That's a very good point.
Yeah, and I mean also so if I'm remembering her story correctly, the trans athletes in particular, one of them came in second and the other came in fourth. Like it's not even the story that you stereotypically hear of like, oh, these trans women come in, these trans athletes come in and they're instantly top of their field. It's just I don't understand
Yeah,
why even in that story people
I mean,
weren't. Yeah, go on.
the the thing is that I just don't buy any of it. I think that you know these people, at least in my experience, maybe I'm wrong, but in my experience, they don't care shit about women's sports. They've never paid any attention to them up until this exact point. So clearly, it's not about the integrity of women's sports because
Mm,
they're not out watching WNBA. They're not.
yeah.
They don't care that they're getting way less funding than male athletes and stuff.
See, Megan Rapinoe got a lot of flack from turfs because she said as much. She basically said she in an interview said, "No, trans women are not the biggest issue in women's sports. The big issue in women's sports is lack of funding, lack of parity, etc." Um, and she got lambasted by some sides for having given that take. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, no, absolutely. It's rather cynical, let's say.
Did the
I'm
game go completely black at some point?
no, I'm just in this scary dark area, so I'm going to run
Okay.
because I'm scared, and I want to get back to like the warm, happy place or like the light, happy place.
Yeah, there'll be some puzzle that turns those lights on, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could bring a torch at least. What can
Yeah, I
you?
know. You are unprepared for exploring mysterious worlds and stuff, I feel. Um,
I wish we
so
could
yeah,
go back. Sorry, go on.
no, just that that it really here's the thing is that like I think it's perfectly reasonable if I pretty much only care what experts and doctors have to say on this. If the doctors say, that and I suspect that this would be the case that certain things people would have a advantage in. I would think like you know if you take hormones after puberty, then your long bones typically have been developed, and so maybe things that require height, high jump and things like that, maybe you'd have an advantage. Whatever. Like I would pretty much only care what they have to say. I don't care about the you know subjective things of people who say, well, it seems like these people would have an advantage. And also, I'm talking about at high level competitive play. People in high school and shit, I just don't really care. I mean, people need to be like, that's supposed to hypothetically be a fun extracurricular activity. And I think that, a side issue to all of this is that we've made these high school athletes into like the only part that's important of their personality in their life. That's how you're going to get a scholarship to college. That's how that's more important than your classes. That's more all this stuff, and it's not supposed to be that. I don't think.
I mean, I don't want to downplay it because although professional athletes are of course going to be only a small section of society, for them it's going to be very important in much the same way that I don't know issues around how accessible it is to learn Latin. I'm very passionate about them, but they don't affect almost anyone in society. Um, so I understand people in these, who want to go into
Yeah, and
sports.
again, on high level competitive type play, either professional or in things like the Olympics or competitions and stuff, I can understand this being an issue, but I just don't think I mean, a lot of the controversies and things you've heard are from like middle school teams and stuff, and it's like I just don't. I just think that that's supposed to be a fun activity. It's not supposed to be something that is this crushing huge thing that the world depends on. At least, I mean, that's how I feel. I feel like, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, no, I hear you. Um, there's certainly
But
more pressing uh, issues for both the trans and cisgender communities um, than
yeah,
sports.
and let me see. What else was it? There was talking about trans things. Oh yeah, and also like there's and I realized some I oh hey look at the bot. Oh,
I was
that's
gonna say,
interesting. The
can you translate for me?
um oh, I don't want to give away the secret to Dunny numerals, but that is a numeral, and it is above. Um, I believe that you might. No. I think you are looking at it in the right direction. Um, it is above 10, I believe, but I don't know how many exactly. Um, the thing about Dunny numerals, just to give a quick kind of hint about their nature. I would encourage people to play Riven to try and decipher them fully. Is that once they get high enough on a certain point, they are a combination of multiple symbols, and you have to kind of look at them both together. But yeah, I realize the irony in me talking about what I'm about to say since I'm in a stream with a trans woman, but there's really just not that many trans people. It's not like this. I mean, there's enough, and there's more people, coming out over time. But the way that you hear these conservatives talk about it with sports and bathrooms and things, you would literally think that there's like a fucking invasion, that like half of the world is trans now, and it's like, again, guys, it's just not that big of an issue.
Absolutely. Speaking of not that big of an issue, so somebody's reeing at me in the YouTube comments. I'm gonna be
Someone's reading it.
snarky. Reeing at me.
Oh, wait, are you streaming this?
No, I'm not. Oh, I'm not streaming right now. Sorry, no. And the only reason I'm not streaming this is because I'm too incompetent. No, it's in
I
some. It's in. I commented on this video. It's not even on my own channel. I commented on some video giving what I call like chimp level analysis of Beowulf, and I'm like, "Ugh, can we have something a bit more intelligent than this, please?" And the answer was, of course, no.
No, YouTube.
Yeah,
No
and
offense to YouTube. I mean,
and I sort of said that toxic masculinity was a term coined by men because it is, and he went off.
mhm.
"Are you a Western woman? You guys are the most entitled. Blah blah
Ugh.
blah. Men build everything in the world, and you just want to take advantage of it." I'm like, dude, did someone
Uh,
hurt you? Are you okay?
yeah, I know. The it's here's the thing is this is kind of a weird comparison to make, but the way that people take credit for what like men or white people or whatever happened in with the good things that they did in history, it's a lot to me like the debate of video games and violence, and I'll explain why. Because everyone always looks when there's some, or at least they used to, it's kind of dying down now. When there was like a school shooting or there was something like this, they would say, "Oh, look at all of the bad, the violent video games they played and stuff." And no one ever said, "Wow, the this person was did really well in school and they became a doctor and they do all this wonderful stuff. Look at all the violent video games they played." Like, you
Hmm.
can't have it both ways. You have to take the good stuff with the bad. And, if you're going to do that, then you have to take credit for both things. And that's how I feel about people looking at anyone who's similar to them in their heritage and stuff, men or white people or things like that. And say like, wow, look at all the great things they did, and also they enslaved millions and millions of people. It's like, you're not allowed to only take the good with the bad. I think that it's both good. And I'm legitimately not one of these people who's like, you know, in fact, I don't necessarily know that these types of people exist, but people who are like, oh, I hate America, or I hate the history, I hate the founding fathers, I hate white people and stuff. I think that that's kind of honestly an invention of right wingers who are like, if you criticize anything in history ever, it's like, oh, this person hates America, or they hate the West, or they hate white people, or men, or so. It's like, no, things are complicated. The Roman Empire had amazing, uh, uh, literature and art and science and stuff, and
Which
also they slaughtered.
none of them have ever read. They cannot be fucked to read any of it.
No, no, of course not. They've done amazing things, and also they slaughtered millions of innocent people. Like it's just what happened. It's not a opinion. I'm not trying to editorialize. I'm just saying what it is. Um, let's see. Ooh, poetry contest winners. The first arrival. Wait a minute. Is this might be some kind of fan content or something?
I I feel like it can't be.
You don't think so? Hannah, Catherine. They all have like normal names. Well, no, not the first one. The first one's kind of dunny sounding.
I really ought to learn. Oh, look at no, but look at this. Such nundatav bafasi. Um,
Oh, it's a bilingual text. Or
I
what's the word that they use? Um,
no that tav bafasi. Of course, I'm probably butchering this.
there's a word for like poetry that incorporates multiple uh, uh different languages in places. I want to say Saturnian, but that's not that's the Roman like style of poetry, I believe. But here, wait, I'm having trouble. It's a little difficult for me, but I can. Let me see if I can read some of these. Past, long past, deep in the dark, of mist memories, an ancient road. Roads of coming, truth, the arch, welcomes the reign of the great one. And it doesn't rhyme. I like poetry that rhymes personally, but it seems like it is written with meter.
Maybe it's my being biased by Latin poetry, but I'm not, and old English poetry. But I don't love poetry that rhymes. Actually, I often
Yeah,
consider rhyming sort of a cheap form of poetry. But that's again a very early medieval bias coming in.
yeah, I understand the argument that the Greeks and Latins did not, and also English did not originally have rhyming poetry in it. The history of rhyming in poetry is kind of ancient. It's the first ones I think who did it were the Chinese, and it also was done in Arabic, and the Quran is rhymed. But I my argument for why rhymed stuff is good is because it you know where the end of a line is on each one. It makes it more apparent that da 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 da, like it at the very end, because it rhymes, like and also it just has a good pattern. All of
Yeah,
the
but in other kinds of poetries, like the meter can do that as well. Like if I recite some one of the few Latin poems I have committed to memory, you'll be able to tell when the lines end. So it's like Ard mea multor mesque secula prisca tulerunt, sed novate brevitas acerdites meam. Omnia cum veterum sint explorata libellis, multa loqui brevitas sit novitatis opus. You probably have a sense of where the ends of each lines were with that.
yeah, a little bit. And that is actually, I'm of the opinion that poetry, real poetry, um, you should be able to hear it even if you don't understand the language. It should have a musicality to it that's evident in the sounds that you say. And that's part of the reason that I am really brutally against free verse poetry. And this is a controversial one to take, but I I just don't think it's poetry for starters, some of it expresses good things, very impressive and stuff. I think that E. E. Cummings, in fact, incorporates a lot of poetic things into his poetry. There's other ones like that stuff. There's this modern like lesbo poet. Maybe that's not the appropriate way to phrase it, but this lesbian poet who's really good. I can't remember. I sent you one of her poems a while ago, and she's free verse, and the stuff she expresses is really good, but it doesn't have a meter to it. And without meter, I just kind of think that it's prose. I mean, I think that prose that's been broken into lines. And I haven't really had anyone give a good explanation to why that's not the case.
I guess the
And
breaking into lines, the where it breaks into lines might be significant.
yeah, I mean, like that's what they claim, kind of that. But I don't really get it, and I think that terms are important for categorization of things because it's good to have a term that refers just to oh, this is beautiful. That refers just to metered writing, and it's good to have a term that refers to stuff that is not, and it's not a you know judgment on the part of the person saying that poetry is better than prose. It's just saying that I wonder what that weird blue line light that kind of scans over you every now and then is.
Yeah, I've seen it from time to time.
Very mysterious. Ooh. Welcome to the Great Zero. Move different areas in the Great Zero structure as well as an antechamber, zero mark. They're located throughout the bleh. Interesting. But yeah, all of the poetry that I've memorized is rhyming, metered poetry. I've memorized some stuff by A.E. Housman, Edgar Allan Poe. What's his name? What's his name? Lewis Carroll, who did Alice in Wonderland. There's and I forget the guy who did it, but Herbert Glurbert. I memorized that. That was very good. Oh, that's pretty.
It is.
They should, yeah. Again, a good subtitle for these videos would be "That's pretty, but I don't know what it does."
Yeah, I mean, to be frank, I'm just like potting around now, like walking through new areas because I'm like, ooh, it's pretty. I want to. We keep
I
getting
think
sent.
that's good. Like, kind of the first step, I think, in a lot of these games is to get everywhere where you're able to go, and then from there, you can kind of solve the different, puzzles and things standing in your way.
Yeah, because every time I do, I get access to new areas.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Like now,
but
look,
yeah,
there's I think there's. Is there a new book? No, wait, is there a new book? Maybe this is a new book on my shelf.
you might need to find a handprint in the different areas to be transported there. I'm not
Well,
sure.
I did just
Oh, you
Oh,
did? Okay.
I know where this is going to take us. This is going to take us to the first handprint that we discovered, and I think because we are halfway through this handprint, maybe we'll have an advantage and we'll be able to get the rest.
Okay.
Maybe I'm saying maybe.
Mm-hmm. But let's see. What are some of the things that I've ranted about this time? Conservatives and poetry. I'm sure that there's some other things that.
Sorry. The guy is legitimately mad. Should I read out this comment thread?
Absolutely.
Okay. So he replied, I asked, how would you define toxic masculinity? He said, toxic masculinity to a feminist is when a male tells her no. She views it as oppression because nobody has ever told her no, including her parents. And then I said, I'm a feminist, and that's definitely not what toxic masculinity is.
Bella.
Yeah.
Bella?
Yeah.
No. Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I see. I just got that. Okay, okay. Rage. Pure rage. I'm exploding. Um, I said also the term was invented by men. He says, "Are you a Western woman? You're the most coddled snowflake that ever existed." I can't even do that without it hurts my throat. How many feminists are farmers, iron workers, shipbuilders, construction workers, etc.? In fact, you won't find feminists on construction sites. You all want comfy office jobs that pay well. Meanwhile, toxic males build the entire world around you with their hands. And then I said, "Are you okay? Has someone hurt you?" And and then eat the socialist replied, "That's your automatic defense mechanism, that someone hurt me. You do realize it's not rich males who run the show. Skyscrapers weren't built by the rich and powerful. The common man was responsible for the construction. Feminism is about societal power, not about actually running the show. I can see why the left so viciously looks down upon middle America, even though they supply the food." He showed me.
Here's another thing about it. First off, I'm a liberal and I work in construction sites. I mean, I'm a feminist, so right
Are you
away.
really though? I mean, if you work in construction, like, come on.
I know you're right. It's seems to be a paradox, but but here's the other thing: is that wow, man, I don't even know where to start with this fucking guy. The first off, like, yes, rich and powerful people do build skyscrapers. I don't think that the proletariat and stuff would be overjoyed to be, building these huge things just in their free time. And here's the other thing that just blows my fucking mind every time is that like people on the left and stuff are very, very much, in my opinion, in my experience, about like, hey, we want to help you. We want, things to be better for you. We don't want you fucking toiling in the sun or being down in, the mines and stuff, getting black lung disease and shit. We want, better, jobs, more opportunities, more pay, more things and stuff. And conservatives on the right hand, especially like he was talking about in middle America and stuff, are like, shut up, fuck you. I don't want to. I want to die. I want to have a horrible experience working, and then I want to die and not get paid that much. It's like,
A channel called Overly Sarcastic Productions did a very interesting video looking at the sort of axioms underlying conservative versus liberal stereotypically framed perspectives. And he sort of asked the question, well, what if they do actually have different values? What if they don't value everyone having a good quality of life as a thing that's worth striving for? Because in their view, good can only exist with suffering, as in the suffering of some sections of society. And if that's the case, it makes sense that it's not inconsistent, at least, for them to.
It's interesting. That's an interesting theory, but it feels like they are often putting themselves down, like, so much. Like, hey, this billionaire and stuff was worked really hard and got all of this money, through his hard work and intelligence and stuff, and not everyone's gonna do that. Like, I didn't do it because I'm stupid and lazy and pointless. It's like, it feels like really putting yourself down, like saying that, this paradigm that they have of like, maybe I'm just echoing the fact that you use the word paradigm, but this feeling that,
No, I think
nothing.
we need to activate this. I think this is some kind of lift that will take us down there.
Yeah.
Or
That's what I
maybe,
think.
and we can maybe activate this inside.
Or maybe take you up. But yeah, you hear that a lot from people that like just pull yourself up from your bootstraps, and if you can't do it, then you're just stupid and lazy and things like this. And it's like, okay, well, why haven't you done that? It's like, well, because I'm stupid and lazy and stuff. I mean, they don't say that, but that seems to be the underlying thing. So I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, and that's been an argument for a lot of history. I mean, you hear things like that about how, like, peace is not necessarily a good thing. Some people believe that it's good to be aggressive, have wars and things like that. We activate that already,
Yeah, we did.
and you know, yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a kind of similar thing to be like, oh, it's good for people to be suffering. That it either gives incentive for other people not to do it, or that we need an underclass of slave labor to fucking whatever build the pyramids, or fill your gas tank, or whatever. But yeah.
Well, yeah. So sometimes it does just come down to those axioms, and it's a matter of different values. And maybe one can try to make an argument that there are core values that we all share, which that conflicts with. But oh my.
Here, raise it back up and then try looking through the viewfinder. I think that yeah. So hit the button and then go around to the other side, and we can look through the viewfinder. And there's got to be some reason for doing that. My theory is that there's probably some clue, probably some stupid like pictograph thing. Wait. Ah, shit. Why didn't it go back up?
I have no idea.
Oh, great. And we don't remember how we did it originally either.
I sincerely apologize.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, there we are. Wait, what?
No, it's not doing. It's got to be related to the letters. Oh. All right.
Third time's the charm, I guess.
Yeah, what? We didn't do anything.
No, we pressed it a third time. That's why.
I know, but all right. Let's see.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's it. And there's got to be like a clue hidden somewhere, and you're supposed to like find it. And this is based on my previous experience with Myst. They like to do things like this. Let's see. And I remember that there's like a weird thing in the swamp part at the bottom that's like jumping up and down. I don't know if that's something that we do. So try going, looking a bit lower after we.
I literally can't. I can look higher, but not lower.
Huh. Yeah, so it's just kind of spinning on its own.
Oh, that's because I did it. If I can stop it spinning by doing this.
Oh.
Slow it down, and then that.
Oh, okay. So you can look up, you said.
So I can have it moving very slowly this way, like this. I don't think this... I mean, we can see that there's this pulley system thing.
Yeah, like a ski lift or something.
Yeah, so presumably that's going to take us somewhere once we activate it.
Yeah, in Riven they had a kind of similar system. There were these little like kind of like capsule type train-ish things. Like it just had one compartment that you would go and sit in, and it had these wires running through with like rings around them. And Riven, I think I mentioned previously,
Apius, you're cutting out.
it had this
just
weird
1 second, I'll be right back.
next to it, the water would move out of the way. Okay. So, in the meantime, while she's doing something, I'll regale you with another one of my stories. I need to think of these beforehand, because certainly don't have any off the top of my head. Well... I'm just remembering that nothing interesting ever happened in my life. I guess... Well, today I was cleaning my snail terrarium. That's pretty interesting, right? Snails make pretty good pets. People don't realize that. I found all of these snails while I was out mushroom hunting, and they're pretty big now. They're probably bigger than a quarter, these ones. and the terrarium was starting to get musty, kind of smelling. So I got some new potting soil, put it in, put some shells in for them to like hide in, seashells. They like having stuff to hide there. And I also have some millipedes, big millipede and smaller one. And it turns out that I have a couple of babies now, so that's good.
Ah,
Oh, Bella's back.
cute. I am back. Yeah. Um.
Yeah, I don't know if they had babies or if they must have. I guess. I have three little ones, so that's fun.
That does sound fun. I am here for
Hmm.
this. Um.
Yeah, I call the
I.
big one Millie for
Mhm.
and the slightly smaller one Pete. So Millie Pete.
Oh.
Hmm. Were you gonna say something?
No, not in
There's
particular.
something so funny to me that it like
Whoa!
jumps out. But what
Oh
the
my.
fuck?
Wait, what? Oh shit! I didn't realize you could click that. Oh shit!
What? Oh,
He
so
just
you
got it.
so you climb in, and then I guess it moves or something.
Maybe.
Turn around. Let me look at it.
That's the
That's not at
funniest.
all obvious that you would be able to climb into it.
I know.
Um,
That's honestly so funny to me. Look at that.
there's something so funny, and I was going to say this about the lever, about how it jumps out to third person perspective when you do something, and then just fucking nothing happens.
Yeah, you can't do it. I think I have an idea. Okay, watch me. Watch me. WATCHME.
All right,
I think
but
maybe.
we're making progress. We got finding out things we didn't know before.
Yeah, we know a thing. Right. Let me see. I think if you do it quickly enough, maybe, and jump in.
Ah,
Oh shit!
did do we have any indication that it moved when you did the lever before?
Hold on. No, you're right. Nothing. Maybe we have to activate whatever course it
Maybe we
is.
have to do some sort of cryptic bullshit puzzle to make this work.
Quite possibly, but I think this is the solution. So I think the solution is once you've done all of this stuff, it'll when you pull this lever,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
will activate. Yeah, and then we can go down. Okay.
definitely.
So we
So
have
yeah,
to, yeah. So we have to figure out what we need to do here, and I think I'm going to try the solution we did before, or that I ended up. Sorry, I'm going to try the solution, which ended up with me getting in that pod, which is I'm just going to run around and see if anything is clickable.
you're right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Um, so I get distracted very easily. What I was going to say before was that on Riven they had a thing that was kind of like it didn't look like a weird bucket thing that you climb in, but it had like a rail system like that, and to transport you between the islands, and it would like dive down into the water, and these like sort of heating element rings on them would heat up, and the water would move out of the way. It was kind of like a roller coaster kind of, and you would be taken to these other areas, and it was clever for a number of reasons. Number one, it looked real pretty, and it was a clever way to kind of fast travel between different areas of the islands. But also, it was a good way to illustrate the difference in cultures on the island. Like Gen was the one ruling them, and he kind of imposed, you know, Dunny supremacy, you would call it. He thought that Dunny was way better, had better culture, and was, cooler and more powerful, more technologically advanced. And the native people of Riven were these filthy savages, basically. And so they had very sort of organic things, like for their homes, and their technology was made of like sticks and shells and stone and things. And meanwhile, Dunny technology was very bright metal and shiny and technologic and stuff. And so it was a good contrast to show how this very natural environment was sort of overtaken by. You could instantly spot Dunny technology and buildings and things like that in it without them even explaining it to you. Oh, Yeah, what are those things on the wall? Like, kind of like garlic cloves or something. Yeah, those. Oh, they're mushrooms, of course they are.
Well, I don't think any of... Oh, is this clickable? No, I don't think any of these things here are clickable.
Hmm. There was no way I would have guessed that you could get into that bucket.
No. Ooh. Is this... No. It's just graphics. Hand sign. Maybe we can get into one of these mushrooms.
Ooh. Yeah, Skyrim has good mushrooms. I remember like kind of farming those on my homestead. They had some like what are they like glowing mushrooms, which are moderately common. There's a pretty large number of what's the word, bioluminescent mushrooms out there.
You should start a Tumblr. For
Yeah.
yeah, different video game mushrooms and rating them out of 10.
Yes. The I remember that Snake Eater. I'm sorry, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater had mushrooms in it. That game, it was really good. I really liked it. And it had a lot of weird systems in it. Like it had a damage system where, like, if you got an injury, you would have to pull up like a map of your body, and you would have to do various things to, like, pull out the bullet with a knife or something, and then patch it up with a bandage and things. And one of the systems was like a hunger meter, or I guess a stamina meter. And as it went down, you had to eat things. So there was all sorts of weird bullshit that you could eat in the game. And there were some mushrooms. This is not scientifically accurate, but you would, if you got like radiation poisoning or something in it, you would eat the mushrooms, and it would make them. It would like absorb some of the radiation and make it, better. So those were pretty good mushrooms. Of
That does
course, we've
sound
already
like...
talked about the Morrowind ones, the giant mushrooms they have there.
Indeed. I'm wondering if now that I've... Oh. Well, we've already used the seeing towers. So... so maybe we can do without it now.
Wait just a goddamn minute. Go
Uh-huh.
back and look at that button, the glowing yellow button. Okay, no, it's. I thought that it might be the same one that was on that symbol that was on the floor that we saw a while back, but this one is actually probably the number 3, I think. 2 or 3, something like that.
Forgive me if I ask you when it comes to numerals to translate for me. I will willingly translate if they use any Latin or other medieval European languages. But
All right.
I know that
Can't
learning...
imagine that that's going to come up much. I don't think there's going to be too much Gothic in this, but
Well, I
you
know
never
that
know.
I know that deciphering the numeral system is a big part of this game, but the reason I say that is because otherwise we will be here for many more hours than will be comfortable, because I'm not great with processing numbers.
Yeah, I don't think that the numbers are going to be a big deal, but it's great that they included them.
I think it's cool that they include bits of the Denis language everywhere. I quite like it.
Yeah. Yeah, we may want to cut our losses and check another place first.
Yeah, I don't... Or maybe we should look up a walkthrough. I don't even know.
It'd also do that, sure.
So...
Wonder what the deal is with all these pictograms that we've discovered.
Yeah.
Can't do anything with them, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
They might be like a way of communicating with other players or something. I've heard that there's that they had something like that, little symbols that you could say that would. But I mean, they also have text clearly in it.
I think all of the communication with other players is done via text.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm actually going to. I'm going to grab a. I'm going to grab a walkthrough for this so that we can see what's going on.
Good idea. Yeah, this is only the second weirdest, MMO game that I've seen. The weirdest one was God, I forget the I think it was called the Endless Forest. It was made by this studio that they made art games. They were like the first one that really got a lot of attention for it. They made this game called The Path, which was pretty good. I mean, I played it. It was an adaptation of Little Red Riding Hood, basically. All of these sisters, and you pick one of them and go uh, to your grandmother's house, and the only objective that you have is stay on the path. And so naturally, every player instantly wanders off the path, and there's all sorts of weird things in the forest, little items and things that you can find, and whatever. It's kind of an interesting game. But the MMO that they made, the Endless Forest, I believe the premise of it was that you play as a deer just wandering around this kind of pretty forest, and other players can go there too. And the only way to communicate is by like these magical sigils that like show up in the air and kind of you know you can flash them at people. It seemed like probably the most boring game I've ever seen in my entire life. Um, let's see. So did you
I've
see
got it.
anything?
Yeah, I found
Oh,
it
you
in the
do?
water. Yeah, let's go. It's a solar power thing, and we need to put the sun in the center. See, I had zero idea.
Oh,
I thought it was like a focusing thing, but I should have thought about that more. Tisk
I
tisk.
got you. Okay, yeah. Because the sun is always moving around, and I almost said this, but then I didn't because I'm an idiot. Um, to that because you can press that button and it keeps rotating. We could probably do that to match it up with the sun, so which is moving very fast around in the sky, so that it's always pointing towards the sun.
Third time's the charm.
Burp.
Bing. Boner achieved.
Yeah, I'd love to see what the hell that flying thing is. I'd like that.
I don't think we will. I feel like it's just background.
Yeah,
Bene. Itaque.
yeah. As far as animals go in the Myst and Riven, like animals play a decent role in Riven because they're part of this one puzzle that requires you to you know, identify different animals that are on the island. And I previously mentioned the works; those were interesting. So you might want to pause and kind of wait for the sun to come back around because it's rotating in the same direction you are right now.
Oh, is it?
I
Okay.
think so. I think it goes around in a
Ah.
uh, what would you call it? Counterclockwise, I guess.
I'm
Way.
going. Now I'm going clockwise.
Yeah. So we should see it. It should catch up to it at some point. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Fuck. Oh, I see. We need to align it with the course of the sun.
Yeah. So that it's always
Ah, I heard it. I heard the sound.
right. Don't go too fast now. See if you can slow it down just. Oh. All right now. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. I think you got it. All right. Let's see. We can
Let's get into this
probably.
pod.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
go,
get in the
boys.
bucket.
Pod time. Pod time. Pod time. I'm pumped. Let's go, lads.
I know. I'm excited. And all we had to do was cheat.
I'm loving this. For
Remember, kids, when in doubt, cheat.
no shame. Okay, a little shame in using a walkthrough, but not that much shame. Come on.
Look, it's moving.
More of it. Venio.
Oh,
No ni me Oh goodness.
God, we are so awesome. And by we, I mean you. I didn't really contribute in any meaningful sense, but
You will contribute when the numbers go right. Time to. Oh, paha. Right, you got to be quick. Okay.
I wonder how
Okay.
you're because your character's kind of slow. When no, go and pull the lever, and I bet that'll stop it long enough for you to get in.
Oh my god. Maybe it is. Smart. See, contributed.
Yeah, there we go. This is the first time for everything.
Venio, venio, ven. No.
Maybe it has to be
What the?
down. Oh, it takes a while for it to stop. Okay. Yeah,
Oh
go.
my.
You probably pull it again. No. I bet it starts up. It would have to start up automatically after a second, wouldn't it? Because otherwise, how would you? Do 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 do.
We need a second person. Maybe that's unironically how it. There.
Yeah, I mean that actually could be. Okay, all right.
Right. I see it coming, and it's going to take a second to stop. So that's now. But then once I get in, how will I exit?
I
Do you
get
know?
that.
Oh no, it's always going to be too far away. It's just impossible. And let me try and like Indiana Jones, like quickly jump in when it's coming near.
Okay, your character's animation is pretty damn slow when they were getting into it, but
Maybe they'll speed up. Maybe they'll get a bit of pep in their step.
yeah, maybe it's something like the sun gets blocked at certain points when it goes behind the mountains and stuff. I wonder if that's related.
Oh no, I think you just can't click it. That's okay though. Let's go back because now that the power's on, maybe we can go through that manhole.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I think this is going to be a good compromise for the game. Is we consult the walkthrough when we are completely scuppered, and
Yeah, I
then
agree.
don't consult it again until we are scuppered again.
Yeah, this is a game clearly where it was kind of designed for like several hours of wandering around and looking and trying different things by yourself, which I don't particularly think that we can tolerate, especially when we're trying to hold discussions at the same time.
And honestly,
Oh,
for
it's
my
glowing!
first
It's glowing blue.
for my first time playing Arcus Totalis, I ended up looking at a walkthrough because I can't handle all that.
Yeah, I have that game on Steam. I desperately need to play more of it. I played up through. You get to that first kind of bar area, and but I then kind of got distracted. That happens a lot.
That's understandable.
Same with. I believe that you've. I haven't played Gothic, but I did play Risen. Sounds similar, but is different from Riven. But that's one by the same people that you've played, right?
Yeah. Risen's okay. It's a,
Mm-hmm.
I found Risen a bit more generic in fantasy, and also the Gothic and Risen Arcania series. They're all basically exactly the same game. In terms of especially certainly in terms of design, but to a degree in terms of plot also, they're very, very similar.
Yeah, I like that they kind of tried to make Risen more, give it a different from the normal fantasy setting where it was like, you know, more Mediterranean, like a little bit kind of Caribbean, a little bit like, piratey theme. They didn't go real overboard in that. Eventually, they made a sequel that was a lot more piratey, apparently, but yeah, it wasn't as nearly as original as something like Arx Fatalis, which was really good setting.
Yeah. Maybe that third lever that wasn't budging will now budge.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. These levers previously didn't do anything, and now they are not doing anything. No, now they're
I
doing
think this
something.
is the one. This is the one.
We just don't necessarily know what it is.
Wait, that it's moving in a different way now. I think.
What? Oh,
Before it was
look. Here, looking the far back, those bucket things are not moving now. Yeah, try the other lever, and we'll see what the one over to your
This is this
far
one.
right. Yeah, that one. Yeah, maybe you have to turn both of these off, and then turn that other one on.
Maybe.
All right, the buckets are not moving now, I don't believe.
Let's go back and see. You're right, they're not moving. Damn, the
Hmm.
din of the mechanics is kind of, it's a lot after a while.
Hmm. I don't think I'm getting the sound from the game, so I'm getting best of both worlds.
I think Discord doesn't let you share sound under certain conditions. I've been thinking of getting. Sorry, I have. Oh, let me try it again. Actually, let me try restarting your stream because maybe that'll do it. I think you have an option maybe to share sound.
Okay.
Screen one, frame rate, stream quality, smoother video. Yeah, okay. Sound may not be available when sharing a screen on your device. Oh, I see. So I just can't. It's okay
Yeah,
though.
that's fine.
I am. I'm probably going to. I've been thinking of buying a boost for my server in order to host events there. But we'll
Hmm.
see. We'll have to see. Oh, well
Oh man,
now.
we're close for sure. Try the other lever, the one that was stuck. Maybe you need to turn off the other two, um, so that it can get, I don't know, energy. You know, that was being
Maybe.
siphoned off by them or something.
Maybe.
Yeah. The So speaking of mushrooms, I currently own three different books of art books of anthropomorphic mushroom people. Oh no, wait, that's is that the
That's the
right
one.
one? No, I think it's that one that we want to see if we can
Yeah.
turn off the one on the right and then try turning on the one that you were just at. And part of the reason that I have these books, partially it's kind of cool that there's this whole thing in Japan for reasons that I don't particularly understand, called moe anthropomorphism, and I'm not like super into anime things, but it's kind of interesting. The idea is that they take like different, nah, I guess not. They take different topics and like items and things like that and personify them, usually as cute anime girls. And it leads to some of the weirdest. It's like, oh, here's what a Toyota Camry would look like as a girl. And they also do it for like historical figures. Like I saw one that was just really, really fucking tasteless. That was like what different dictators around the world would look like. You know,
Hmm.
Hitler and Idi Amin and stuff. But anyways, I was just fascinated by the fact because, like I've mentioned before, that I think that mushrooms are cool and I kind of like them. Um, and wait, did
No, it didn't work. They definitely affect the they definitely affect the that stuff, but
yeah.
I don't know. They're still going. I'm gonna see if maybe I have freed up the. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna see if I have maybe freed up the lever. If I can go down, then.
Yeah. The So yeah, we'll and if we can't get it with this, we'll you know we can check the walkthrough. But anyways, the I just found it fascinating that there were several books out there specifically about what mushrooms would look like personified as people. It seemed like such a niche thing, and it also seemed like the easiest way to ever have like get into book collecting, because I'm sure have the world's largest collection with only 3 books. The world's largest collection of anthropomorphic mushroom girl books. Well, one of them isn't girls. One of them's just
Oh,
like cute mushroom
so
fairy type.
so so we do actually have to try and jump into the thing.
Uh
Okay,
huh.
weird. Well, let's give that a go then.
Now, did they say the location? Like maybe there's a different place that you jump into it.
I don't think so. I think there's literally only one. Um,
All right.
and it's the
Maybe we.
one.
Okay, I'll tell you what it is. There's got to be some way to slow it down a bit. With like did it say anything about that, or did it just say
No,
jump in?
no, it just said jump in. It said
All right, fire
yeah,
it up.
yeah. Let's run. I'll switch out of into third person view. Maybe that'll make it easier.
All right. Yeah, and I think the third person view, for reasons I don't understand, that might help with you were getting a little bit headache or motion sickness and stuff
Maybe.
previously.
All
I'd love to
right.
play Descent to really trigger it in you. Descent is a pretty infamous one for triggering motion sickness and
Oh
things in
really?
people. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's like you play with a joystick and stuff, and you're playing a, a spaceship going around, but basically what it turns into, because you can stop and go and things like that, it turns into like a you know fully 360 degrees shooter. You may have to some enemy may be like above you, and so you turn there and you're flying through caverns and stuff very quick.
Shit.
Things like that. I say this having not actually played it, so.
What on earth?
Hmm.
Very annoying. But okay. Let's go. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump it. I'm gonna jump it.
Ah!
Oh, there I am. Look.
Yeah,
So,
stay there. Don't. I don't think
fucking
I can't
hell.
imagine I'm supposed to actually stand on that, but okay, let's see.
I think maybe from here I can click on it when it comes around. I don't know.
All right.
Gimme, 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 gimme. Wait. No, no, I think I do just have to like jump in. Like jump in.
Hmm. I'd be
I'm ready
surprised
though.
if they had pathfinding good enough for you to do that, but
At the drop of a bu- Oh god. Most frustrating.
hmm. Thing keeps
I.
thing period.
Oh, it's up there, right? So we gotta get there. And then
Uh-huh.
it comes around. Look at this.
Haven't
I'm like
well.
running. Ay. Porra! So close.
Yeah, I can't quite see it, but I've got to imagine that you're failing repeatedly. Does that sound
Shh. Oh,
correct?
can you not see what's going on? Hold on.
I,
Oh.
don't worry. The streaming is sometimes it cuts out and stuff, but
Okay, that's alright. Well, it's not right, but hopefully it will be resolved. Go. Oh. Maybe it's up
that
there.
does look
That's how you,
terrifying.
maybe up there I need to jump off?
I think it's.
No,
Is
I
there
don't
any
think.
other?
Thing is, it's definitely up there.
Okay. All right. Um, try pulling the lever. That's right there, close by you, when one of them is like very far away. Like, because maybe it just ended up in the same spot twice, or maybe. Yeah. We'll see. Like not right now. Wait for it to go around the corner,
But
and
it's just gonna go up there.
okay.
Oh my
Well.
gosh. Hold on.
Oh. Shit. But how? But why? How? What happened? Did you pull it?
I don't know. Is it
Okay.
gonna
Don't do
go?
anything. Just,
Well, we just wait
just
until it.
yeah. Just sit in there like you know. It reminds me of a thing in Dark Souls where you go up and you have to sit in this crow's nest. Oh,
I
as
don't.
soon as you get out, it's gonna move.
No, I don't think it
uh,
will. Look.
They and then so you climb into this crow's nest and you just fucking sit there forever, like for a really long time, and you have to wait in there for like 2 minutes until this crow comes and picks you up or something. Okay, now try.
Yes!
Okay, okay. And now just wait and see if it moves.
Yeah. We did it!
Oh my god, we are. I again, I can't imagine how we actually what we did to make it work. Oh, that's beautiful.
Truly.
So take this, put us in there. What? That's what's the word? Kind of unceremonious.
Yes. But now we're in.
All right. For the love of God, find a
Handcloth.
handprint thing.
We did it.
Oh man, this is great. Good job. All right, we fucking nailed this. Now we can come back whenever we want.
We can come back to here to be sure.
Yeah, let's see what kind of things we can see here. Yeah, I get the feeling that was not designed for human transport. Clearly, that was like probably for transporting mushrooms or something.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. See.
Oh shit. I'm like an avian overseer.
It was yeah, it froze a little bit. What's that kind of? What was that blue light thing that looked like there was a blue round circle kind of in the air?
A blue round circle. I do not know.
Um. All right.
Oh,
It looked
that.
like some kind of like podium or maybe or something like that.
Let's go. Oh, let's go over there. See what's up. Ah.
Sorry, it takes harder to have hot takes when the video freezes or something occasionally. But
You
just
don't. Hmm?
just let me know if something interesting happens while I'm trying to do this. In fact, yeah, describe it to me as though I am a blind, stupid person. What is this room that you're in? You've got the two viewfinders. You've got the place where you came in. Got the handprint. What else?
That's a control desk, presumably.
Okay.
Yeah. And something that looks like a lift mechanism that I can't quite figure. Oh, I think I can figure it out actually.
All right.
Oh, that unlocks it. And now, maybe
Oh,
now we can go
great.
down.
What did it
Yes!
unlock? Kind of
I
elevator thing?
I unlocked the elevator. Now we're going up.
Oh, I see it. Oh, great.
Oh my, into darkness. Ooh, scary.
Ooh,
Hello?
exciting. What?
Sorry, you're not hearing the music, but the music.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, this is a new area. I can see it right now. That kind of
This
looks like my terrarium a little bit.
we gained a new symbol, I think.
Right.
Let me see in my book.
Yeah,
Yes.
it looked like it was kind of flashing there.
Oh,
Right.
that's cool. So I want to go first. Oh, I have to reset the key or something. Give me. I want to go first person again. Now that we no longer have to
Oh,
do
right.
that stupid thing. Ignore me. I just much prefer first person.
No, I gotcha.
First, oh, it's still tab. Okay, resume orders.
Yeah, I would too. Okay, so how this kind of looks like Gen's lab in Riven. Um, he had kind of like little specimens like that thing that we see here. Ooh, what's this?
California.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that canonically, the way that I had it explained to me is that this is such a stupid explanation, but apparently, like the way, like the story that they tell in this is that they some people came and found the caverns of Dunny, and then uh, found information from the past and stuff, and they made video games about them. And canonically, Myst all of the Myst games were made by like the people at Cyan Worlds who had discovered this. But this place that we're exploring here is the real thing. Um, oh, here we go. All right. Hold on. That is the number one. Uh, the third symbol on the left, the one that looks like a straight line up and down. The one immediately to the right of it is the number 5. Um, the one up a little bit, up 2. I think that one is probably 6, or maybe it's 10. Anyways, that's kind of interesting. It's probably a diagram of the different buttons and stuff. Like we found one of the buttons that had one of the symbols on it. It had the one on the bottom right, basically. That was the one with the kind of telescope, not telescope, like the solar panel thing. You are there, right?
I'm there. Handprint.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 more to go,
great.
and we
Four more what?
figured handprints to find, and we figured out some
Oh,
of
okay.
this on our own as well. Which lovely.
Ooh. Okay, I realized what happened there. The screen had frozen while you were looking at that paper, and that's why I was probably rambling about something that was that you had long since
Yeah,
gotten
that's
out of.
I figured. Yeah.
All right.
If,
Yeah.
if
Oh,
you
this is
want.
attractive. This is
It's
cool.
extremely attractive. Um,
And here's something interesting. We kind of touched on the topic of like nostalgia and things for these old games in maybe the first video we did, but a strange thing because I believe that either we had or my brother had Myst growing up, but I didn't really play much of it. My experience with it was pretty late. I think that I started that I played Myst and later Riven um, when I was out of college already, and I still thought that the graphics and stuff were really pretty. So I'm not. So this was the period when we had like PS3 and stuff. So I wasn't colored by nostalgia in liking them. A similar thing happened with the Silent Hill games. Um, I was. I have kind of a weird story about that. I had. Oh, it's a good idea.
Yay!
Oh no! Oh my god! Ooh.
We are amazing.
Man, we are fucking booking through now.
Now that we got past that first one with the barrel, whatever that was. Now we've got it.
Yeah.
It's happening now. Am I stuck? Can I not? Why can't I?
I mean, it's water. Maybe. Oh, you probably have to drain the water.
Maybe. Oh, I think I know.
But a similar thing happened with Silent Hill, the original one. I I remember hearing some buzz about it being like the most disturbing game ever when I was a kid, and I was at a Blockbuster. This was back in the days when they had video rental places that you could go to, and I was looking at this copy of it. Like, oh my god! And I was just kind of like shaking, just looking at it. Like the back was all, the screenshots were all black, and there were these monsters and shit. And my dad came up and said, "Oh, that looks," and I was too scared. I wasn't gonna rent it. And my dad walked up and was like, "Oh, that looks good. Let's get that." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I got it. I rented it, and the I took it home and I started playing, and probably like 5 minutes in, I had to stop. And the part that I stopped at was the story is you're this guy, you've got a daughter, you get in a car crash, your daughter's missing, you go looking for her, and you walk into this alleyway, and then as you walk, the music gets like really ominous and harsh. It's like, I mean, the music in that first game is fucking crazy. It's this like, I didn't even identify it as music originally. It was like harsh metal, like really weird shit. And it goes completely black, and you're going through, and you can hear like noises of like things crawling around and stuff. And I was just like, that's it. I need to stop. And I was too scared, and I stopped playing it. Um, and I finally played it many years later. I think either high school or once I was in college, because I know that my friends in high school were big on Silent Hill 2, so I may have played it, gotten a copy and played it then, and and it's good that I stopped playing there, because after that it gets fucking bananas. Um, for those who have not played it, people have missed out on a lot of PS1 games because many of them have not been re-released. They had pretty ugly 3D graphics, a lot of them, and they've kind of become the ugly stepchild in these ones. But there was very little backwards compatibility after the PS2 did, but later ones didn't. But anyways, right after that point, these fucking like, oh yeah, we you find like this eviscerated like body on like chained up to this rust thing, and like this rusty grate, and then when you turn around, there's all these like pale, like childlike things with like knives coming at you, and you're and the game hasn't even explained to you how to do combat, hasn't given you any weapons or anything. And if you manage to run away from them, then like the gate where you came in to this alleyway is locked shut and you can't get through, and you're designed to die at that moment. But I could not have handled that as a kid. um anyway, sorry, that was just
It's okay.
a little bit of a tangent. So what we want to do, I think. So we're thinking probably the draining the water is the goal, right?
Yeah, I reckon.
All right. How did you get to that other room that had like
Oh,
the tank in it?
upstairs.
All right. Let's see. I'd love to also have a one of those really niche whatever tumblers like you were talking about. One for mushrooms in games and one for elevators. There's been so many elevators in games, and some of them are really weird and different. Let's see.
Why don't you set up a Tumblr for it?
Just general laziness and stuff. I'm too busy cleaning snail tanks and sleeping.
Fair
So
enough.
let's see.
Okay. And to be fair
What
to you
is?
as well, you also have a lot of work with the subreddit that you own.
That's true. Are you referring to my anthropomorphic fungi subreddit? Um,
Yeah, well, if you
I
if the one person watching wants to go somewhere to get. I legitimately, because I'm also sub to it. I find some legitimately adorable pictures of mushrooms because we met on Reddit,
Yeah,
Apius
yeah,
and I, and yeah, he runs a good site, lots of very cute pictures. I recommend it.
yeah, yeah. After I came across those books that I liked, I was really flabbergasted at the number of mushroom related art that was out there and stuff. And I just started periodically posting things there, and it's up to like over 3,000 people are on there after a couple of months. But okay, this has got to be a some kind of clue. Bryman's Safe Haven series. So yeah, this is some kind of instructions on how to use that thing for fun and profit.
Hmm.
What on earth is it though? Hmm. While Bella reads through it,
I've already read
and
it. Oh, should I read it
oh
aloud? Or
n- no, well, no, you don't have to. But okay, so you read through it. What the hell is it?
what the hell is it? That's a good question. What are any of us in the grand scheme of
A
things?
very good point. Very
Oh,
good, unhelpful point.
um,
Okay, thank you for the.
oh, sorry, I got
It,
distracted. Sorry. Safe haven model 4 owners will be required to enter a combination in order to open the safe portion of the tank. So I think we have to
okay,
use
we
the
got to get something.
registration number here, which is going to be on here somewhere, I think.
Oh, okay.
Registration number, so the last six numbers 123 207. 123 123207.
Okay. Is there actually a place to put that in
Let's
the
see. 123207.
oh, yeah, there it goes. Um, so you can press the button on the top, right? And it doesn't appear to do anything. Um, what about that book there?
The book, I think, will just take me to that area, right?
To what area?
That place that we've been before.
Oh, okay. Um, let's see. So you can't enter it there, but there's got to be. Wait a minute. No, that's not right. Hmm. Is there any other like control panel or like something around here? Hmm. Yeah, it's
Hmm. Maybe it's down
yeah,
below.
yeah. The screen keeps. That's the reason that I periodically shut up every now and then for no discernible reason is because screen will go a little bit frozen or something.
It's
But
okay.
what do you, did you look inside the tank? What's in there
I can't,
even?
we can't actually get inside the tank because we have to open it with this, whatever code that is, I think.
Yeah, but I just mean like in first person view or something. You might be able to see what's inside it. It
Oh,
looks like much.
it's a
Uh,
kind of aquarium, it looks like.
okay.
Oh, so that reactivates the, I think that reactivates the,
Like bucket transport thing.
yeah, look at that. So if I turn
Okay.
this on, the light,
Hmm.
and then I do that, it activates the bucket transport, which is quite cool.
Yes.
Oh, what are you? Hello.
Yeah. The what is it? Speaking
Maximum.
of aquarium related like fish type things, there's a very infamous puzzle in another adventure game, a very early one called the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, based on the books by Douglas Adams, which I thought were hysterically funny. Did you ever read them or watch any, like, the movie or whatever?
No, I'm
Oh man,
afraid.
the premise is kind of like Earth has been destroyed to make way for a intergalactic space highway, and this guy, I forget his name. God, people, the fans, if they ever hear that I've forgotten it, or would just tear me apart. This guy is in his one person survives because his friend turns out to be an alien and takes him off there, and he experience he goes on all these, like, kind of adventure type things around the universe with the help, like, clad only in his um, bathrobe and with a towel, I believe. Towels play a surprisingly important role in the story. But anyways, um, the they made an adventure game out of it. This was back when they did everything with text. Like, you would they would call them text adventures. Nowadays, people are still making them, and they'll call them interactive fiction. But what they do is it was in the books they had these things called babble fishes, which I think they made a like some program or something that helps teach you things called babblefish, don't they?
Yeah, Babel language program, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and the premise is that it's a tiny fish that you shove inside your ear, and it helps translate, text from. I mean, it helps translate any language into something you can understand. Um, and
TFW, no Latin.
yeah, and so it and they had a puzzle where you had to get the babblefish in that game, and it was notoriously hard. But yeah, I got very into text adventures and uh, uh, interactive fiction when I was younger, when I was around in, like, high school, probably.
Uh-huh.
Um, and those, and also freeware adventure games. People would make things with Adventure Games Studio, I think they called
Mm.
it. Um, and like, there's this guy who became pretty famous for making videos about video games. Yahtzee, he would call himself. He made ones called Zero Punctuation. I don't know if he still is, but I knew him before he did any of that stuff from his all these adventure games that he made, these free ones that he would post online, and they were really good, and I liked them. I eventually ended up, and I liked his videos early on too, but I kind of ended up having problems with him because he wasn't fair in the way that he would review certain things. He wouldn't actually play a lot of the games. He would play them for like 5 minutes and then write very angry things about them. But I digress.
Hmm.
So there's only one part to click on that, right? Like, you can't click, like, on the other side or something.
Doesn't look like you can.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, you may want to consult
Yeah.
the sacred walkthrough. What's that? Have you been down that corridor?
Yeah, we've been through all of them.
The
Hit the lever in the middle to drain the water under the house. Once that's finished, flick the rightmost switch to
have you
unlock.
drained have you
Okay,
drained the
sorry.
water yet?
So yeah, hang on 1 second. So it's the lever in the middle to drain the water. Okay, let's go drain the water.
All right. When they say lever in the middle, do we know which one that refers to?
Yeah, it's on that desk down below. I thought it
Oh,
must be
okay.
that, but I've tried that and it didn't work. Oh well, we'll see. Try it again. If at first you don't
Yeah, let's
succeed,
yeah, let's do that and check out the next area, and then I probably will have to head off. Ironically, I'll be the one heading off this time because for dinner and for, like, family time and stuff. We always watch these streaming shows. Right now, we're big on what is it? Money Heist, which I described previously,
Oh
and
yes.
Mythic Quest, which is a very funny comedy series on Amazon Prime
Ah.
about game development. It's about these people who made a MMO like this. It's based very strongly on some real world things, like they're clearly modeled after World of Warcraft, and they have some pretty a lot of the things that sound crazy and stuff in the show are 100% based on real things. Like there's something in the show called Blood Ocean, which is this like disease in the game where that different people can contract, and it passes around to different people, and that is 100% based on a real thing that happened in World of Warcraft, where they had this thing that this disease that you would get as part of a quest, but it was supposed to be confined to one area, and uh, apparently, like you were able to have pets in the game, and those pets could contract it as well, and they didn't plan for that, and so people would leave the area and bring
Yeah.
the disease with them, and it spread and turned into this whole pandemic across the entire server, and the entire game, and people you know, they used it to model real life pandemics. In fact, because talking about how like people would, uh, uh, if they would social distance and not be close to each other, then it would be safer. And people criticized it actually for saying that, oh, you can't model things like that. People aren't going to do selfish things like go in groups and stuff when there's a pandemic. They'll listen to what experts and stuff tell them. Turns out, no, that's not what ended up happening.
No,
So yeah,
yeah, I know of that disease. Yeah, it was quite big in World of Warcraft. Maybe the bottom is
yeah,
drained now. I'll go down and see if the water has drained, and if not, we'll call it a day and give it a shot tomorrow. Because well, whenever next we play, I can do
yeah.
tomorrow. But I don't think you can. At certain
I might be able to. We'll see.
Sure. I mean, I'll be available after. I'll certainly be available from all the times that you, because I know your work hours. So yeah, you can give me a shout. Has that
Yeah,
drained
that's
yet?
right. I
No.
didn't. I didn't realize that I was mansplaining there. You've played a lot of World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah. I wasn't around for that particular incident, but I'm familiar with it. No, it looks like we haven't drained it.
Okay.
I tried pulling that lever in the middle, like they said, and it didn't work. So I might try
Interesting.
power shooting. I may try asking the Discord server what to do
That's
from
right. They
here.
have. We discovered a Discord server for this. I haven't been keeping up with it. Did they respond to thing you sent?
About asking about the
Yeah.
Dini language, yeah, they did. They
Yeah.
said
There we go.
they pointed me in the way of some fan-made grammars, which is quite cool.
Cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think we did a pretty good job today. We deserve to pat ourselves on the back there through most of this area. So yeah. Don't know if it.
Oh, anything? Sorry, anything you want to say to the no viewers? Because I'm going to be stopping this recording now.
No, I wasn't entirely sure if you had already stopped it or not.
Sorry,
Just
sorry.
thanks for watching. Remember to fillet that like button and sodomize that subscribe button. I want to just. I heard someone describe it that way previously, but yeah, had fun. We'll go back to this in a little bit.
Yeah, peace, guys.